How many times do you check your phone to see if they've contacted you? This little device right here seems to be the thing that, tends to um, control you. Hate to admit it, right? But, at any given time of day, 25 times a day, you're picking up the phone, you're looking to see if they contacted you. You're looking to see if you got a text message. Every time it dings, every time it rings, you don't miss it. You run to the room, you know. And it actually became, part of the whole estrangement, the phone. Um, Even when he wasn't there, he was present by the phone. um, Constantly checking it, disappointed when someone else was texting me or someone else was calling me and it wasn't him, right? Oh gosh, this went on for months, several months, too many months to even mention. But you know, it's the reality of where we are when we go through the stages of estrangement. We check the phone. We're always carrying it. We're always hoping. We're looking for it, praying you didn't miss it, praying that you got a text, praying that sooner or later, or even on the days that it mattered, right? Birthdays, holidays, Mother's Day, their birthday, right? Looking for some kind of, communication, knowing that they knew how to contact you uh, via the phone. Um, for me, I'm a big text person. I've actually been trained by my family to uh, not to ignore or leverage the power of texting. So we, text each other all the time, you know, comments, moments, pictures, etc. was all by the phone. And then that went silent, completely silent with the estrangement, and it seems unfair because you can't get rid of your phone. I mean, everybody else is contacting you. Everybody else is texting you. Everyone else is calling you. And today, this is a walking computer. You do everything on your phone. It's your camera, it's your calculator, it's your note taking. It's everything to you. Some people, as I do, use it as a wallet, right? Um, Everything, right? And so you can't just stick this in a drawer and not pay it any mind, right? And so um, you're constantly looking and hoping that one of the missed calls is him, one of the missed texts are him. You're checking email, right? You're looking to see if the pictures or that there was any mention of you um, via some kind of communication that is on the phone, right? Um, and, I'll admit it, this was something that was tethered to me, um, that, you know, was really a part of moving or evolving as far as the estrangement was concerned. Um, and something struck me that helped me to uh, realize that this was really attached to me, I think unhealthily for me. It wasn't a good thing for me to be always picking up my phone, always checking it, always wondering if in fact that, you know, he had contacted me. And I have this dog in my life that has been trained by bells on the door, right? Uh, she rings the bell when she wants to go outside. And this made it very easy so that, there were no accidents in the house, right? And she caught on quickly. She knew to ring that bell when she had to go outside. She knew to ring the bell when she wanted to come back inside. She knew to ring the bell if she just wanted to go out sunning. She rang that bell. And then one day she figured out that she could ring the bell to get my attention. And so sometimes she would ring the bell and she would move away from the door when I would go towards the door to let her out because she had rung the bell. And she would back up. And I'm like, what you want? Next thing I know, she's running to her water bowl. She wanted water. And so she knew that there were other ways that she could communicate to me through these bells, right? And one day, out of nowhere, she rings this bell, right? And okay, she doesn't want to go outside. So I said, oh, she must need water. I go give her water. She's not drinking her water. And then she sits down and looks at me. Now, this is the sit that she does when she knows she's going to get a treat. I gave her a treat. You know why? Because she was smart enough to train me via the bells. Right? I said, you know what? You deserve a treat because, she figured out those bells were powerful, right? Those bells made me react. And so she figured out how else could she get me to react via those bells. Anyway, the aha moment for me, if you haven't guessed already, is that this thing is a bell for me. This has been trained. This has controlled me to react to it uh, and be able to hopefully get what I want out of it, right? And it almost annoyed me. It of course annoyed me. It of course, you know, made me think about a few things. I felt like I was being controlled. Um, you know, the things that say, you know what? And so that was a moment for me that I said, I'm going to stop being controlled by this bill, this phone. Um, I put it down, but I didn't put it down that I didn't have access to it. I stopped picking it up. I stopped, um, you know, looking and hoping there was some missed call or message or something to that effect. And it wasn't easy. This is habitual. This is an addiction almost, right? And so, let's be real about it. So I had to place things that would, I guess, help train me not to pick up this phone the way I was picking it up. So I gave myself grace. I was only allowed to pick up the phone or check for the messages that I wanted to check for was in the morning or before I went to bed. Those were the only two times I was allowed to be able to check it for the purposes of hoping that there would be a text message or a missed call, right? Um, and so the rest of the day, I could not pick up the phone for that purpose. Now, if someone called me or if I did get a text message, because I can hear either the dinging or the vibration, I was allowed to pick it up. But I was not allowed to search. I was not allowed. I had to be honest with myself. Come on, let's be honest. Let's be honest. You know, pick it up for the reasons that you need to pick it up for. Do not pick it up for the reason that you want to normally pick it up for, right? Because I was trained by it. And if I did, because initially, how do you just break a habit like that, right? So I had to impose something that I just hated doing. Do you know what I hate doing? I hate doing jumping jacks. Oh God, I hate jumping. The only other exercise I hate really bad as jumping jacks, are the bungee jumps. I think you have to squat, just kick your legs out, and get back up and come back up again. Okay, no, I didn't impose that one on me, but I did impose the jumping jacks. So if I picked up my phone and honestly picked up my phone where I was checking, because this is between me and my phone, okay? I had to do jumping jacks, and I hated doing jumping jacks. And, if I needed something to be, create change, I had to commit to it. So there I was doing my 10 jumping jacks every now and again because I checked when I wasn't supposed to check. I hated the jumping jacks. And it broke me. It broke me from checking my phone. Now, I don't know how crazy this sounds to you. I don't know if this is something that you will need to do, or you maybe something else. Maybe you have to give up, I don't know, coffee. I wasn't giving up coffee. I'm sorry. Okay. But, put something in place that will help you break the habit of checking your phone. And I know we all do it. Every estranged parent checks their phone. Tell me you don't. Tell me you don't. Okay? Initially, with the beginning stages especially, okay? And so, but even more annoying, I hated the reality that I was being trained by it. In his absence, again, something that he chose to do, something that impacted me is now impacting me through my phone, right? And that annoyed me. And so, I don't know, call it pride, call it ego, call it whatever you want. I don't care. Doesn't matter. The point is, this was controlling me like the bells on the door for the dog, right? And so I wanted to break the habit. And so I imposed on myself to do jumping jacks when I didn't keep my commitment to only check it twice a day. Um, and eventually, the phone became less important. Time changes things, right? And time of commitment of not checking my phone over time, I didn't need the discipline to do jumping jacks, right? Um, I didn't need to even say, I'm going to wait until tonight to check it, or I can't wait till the morning to check it. Because sometimes I would wake up in the middle of the night. That middle of the night thing, goodness. Anyway, that's a whole nother video. But over time, I was no longer trained by the phone. Um, and I was proud of that. I'm still proud of it because I remember I would almost go into a panic if I didn't have my phone, right? The thought of missing the call, the thought of missing a text message, the thought of not having that connection when I needed it, right? Um, Now, um, it doesn't have that kind of hold on me. I don't check my phone for the purpose of checking to see if he's contacted me. And I think that's important. I think that's a step and a realistic what would you call it? Accomplishment, a milestone, where you're not checking your phone. It's indicative that you're healing. It's indicative that you're evolving. It's indicative of that you're noticing things about yourself, what's important to you, and what you need to do for you. For you. It, this is about you. That's all this is about. It's about you. And over time, you'll find that the phone, the bells, uh, you won't be picking it up, you know. But this goes along with wanting to make these changes in your life for healing, for growing, for allowing time to do what it needs to do for you, right? Because the part of you that identified and defined the relationship that you're missing is gone. That person, that part of you went with the person who left. Okay? But your heart, your love is still there. And more importantly, you're still here. And for you to be whole, you have to do those things that are not still tethered to you, that are holding you, trapped, if you will, um, in the status of estrangement. I don't know how else to say it. Okay. But for me, this was a big accomplishment. And I hope you got something from this and that it too will help you to transition for whatever your bells on the door might be that is tethered to you, that is still keeping you connected to the estrangement. Because the whole point is to disconnect yourself from this estrangement. You are not an estranged parent. You are a parent of an estranged adult child. And that's a different status, a different label. And it helps me, especially, live out of who I am, changing and shifting how that is. I'm not living out of being an estranged parent. No more. I am living out of being me. I'm not denying that he's still my child. I'm not denying that I'm still a mother. But I am me with an estranged adult child. And so I live for me, the relationship that stayed, or part of the relationship that was contributing to the motherhood that stayed. And who am I outside of that role? Who am I outside of that demand of a relationship, or the current state of the relationship? Right? I may not be able to control the current state of the relationship, but the part that stayed, the part that is still me, I can control. And no more bells. I hope that helped. Till next time. If you are a parent living through estrangement, you know the questions don't stop. Why did they cut me off? Why are they not speaking to me? How long does estrangement last? On and on. I collected these questions that kept me awake at night, along with how I managed them to get to the other side of estrangement. I learned many parents of estrangement ask the same questions. The book is almost finished. Each question is met with gentle guidance based on my lived experience. Scan the QR code or go to the link in Linktree, The Estranged Parent, to get your free excerpt and be the first to be notified when the book is available. Thank you. Before I go, please subscribe to the channel. I also welcome your comments, and please share with someone else you may know who may also want to be part of this community. As a free gift, please scan the QR code to take the 7-question 2-minute quiz to receive your Dawn card of where you are in this journey. Thank you.